Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another video. Happy Monday. Today I wanted to do, I'm hitting my coffee mug with the spoon in it. Today I wanted to get back to something that I hadn't done in a while, and that is read you guys the Louise Hay's How to Love Yourself cards. It's a deck of 64 affirmations, and I love this set. I love how colorful they are. I love the whole vibe, and of course, more than anything, I love the words. And with this whole self-care, self-love thing, it really is the little things. It really is simplicity. It really is knowing what you need, what you like, what you want. And, just building off of that once you get into a habit of this lifestyle, because a lot of people don't stay consistent, and don't believe that it's even for them to do. They have this false sense of like, that would be wrong or bad to love yourself and be into yourself. That would be, really selfish of me. All my life, I had been taught to consider others, do as I'm told. And they may not even be saying those exact words as far as being do what you're told, but just being in a position where you are always allowing someone else to be the bigger person. And, whether on your job, in your circles, with your parents, with family members, with domineering friends, or people that have bigger personalities than you, you just somehow find yourself shrinking. With your significant other in a relationship. And, over time, that just dims your light. And we don't have time. Life is too short for that. We all have a lifetime, but it should be what you need it to be. And, it's not like we're talking about a whole bunch of people walking around being selfish bitches, and we're nasty and rude to everyone that don't do what we like, and, don't cater to us. That's not the energy I'm talking about. What it is a higher sense of confidence. What it is a higher sense of self-worth. What it is a higher sense of like, no matter what is going on around me, I am my favorite person. So if you walk past me and don't say, excuse me, the world is not going to fall apart. And I'm not going to take that to be, oh my goodness, all men are, this, that, and the other, and they don't see me, they don't recognize me, and I'm invisible, and now my self-esteem is just gonna be tanked. Now, I'm gonna make another video on what can tank your self-esteem, because God, I know how that can definitely happen, and it may not all just be about your looks, your personality, and who you are as a person. Self-esteem can be affected in many different ways. Self-esteem can be affected on a spiritual level. Self-esteem can be tied to your money. Self-esteem can be tied to whether you have a degree or not. You know what I mean? So we'll get into that later, but first we're gonna do these cards, and I'm gonna just shuffle. I'm gonna shuffle them one more time, because heaven forbid I read a card I've already read, and then that might just be further like, I needed to hear it again. How the people do the tarot cards, like, let spirit guide me, and let the cards, tell us what we need to know. And so if I get another card that I've done from a previous video, that's going to be saying a lot, I dropped a whole bunch of them too. All right. We're just going to go with it. I think I'll start with 3 and we'll go from there. All right. And these are double-sided as well, but we just gonna, I might do both sides, but this is the first one. If I follow my inner wisdom, I am at peace with my own being. If. That's the key word right there. A lot of times we don't. We need to go outside of ourselves and run things by people. We start doubting ourselves. We start pushing those thoughts and ideas and plans back, because, who are we to have an idea? Who are we to have an inkling? Who are we to follow our gut? Inner wisdom is not brazen in the sense where it's not loud. It's, like the Bible says, it's that still subtle voice, but you got to learn to trust that. You got to learn how to even tune that in and hear it, because if your world is so loud and crowded with news and all these other distractions that drown you out, you'll never. That's why it says if. Inner. It comes from within, obviously, your mind and your heart. Then you could be at peace with your own being. And being is just existing. Being is just not, that's not even doing anything. This is not And, you know, I talk a lot about entrepreneurship and dreaming big and doing all this stuff, being busy and being, you know, or things that you love to do, your little activities and things that give you that gratification and that fulfillment. You know, I'm all for that, whether it's crafting, painting, exercising, jogging, yoga, whatever it is, dancing, cycling. I told y'all I'm gonna start swimming, you know, but being is just breathing, eating, sleeping, looking around, sitting down, relaxing, being with your children, being with yourself. This is not that deep and it's not that complicated and it's not, you know, a whole bunch of 100 steps. But this is one of the things women seem to have the guilt about, just being. We have to be doing something. We have to be wearing all the hats. We've seen this before. Black women are, everyone's looking at us to be like, are y'all going to react to that other killing? Are y'all going to react to another school shooting? Are you guys going to now protest and stand for this and stand for that? Are you going to, you know, share your thoughts on politics and voting? Are you going to get involved in your local community? Are you going to get involved in circles where there's healing and we're calling our men to do this and do that? Are you going to be involved in your religion, your church, your mosque, or whatever, your temple? Are you going to you know, get involved more at work? You know, we've got a panel, we've got volunteering things, we've got extra things that, you know, we're trying to do, team building and all this stuff. The potluck, don't forget the potluck. Are you going to join that book club? Are you going to on and on and on? And don't forget your local community. A lot of neighborhoods or HOAs have little groups and stuff, you know, recycling, cleaning the environment, giving to charity and local organizations, helping the homeless, feeding the poor, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. A lot of different hats that a lot of different women feel pressured into having to do. Oh, are you going to have children? You're not going to have children, you know, to prove themselves somehow. And that's just not even natural. I've told y'all this before. It's okay to be passionate about something. It's okay to be involved, but you've got to know what that balance is for you. And it is okay. And it is not selfish. It is not a sin. You're not going to hell. No one can come and tear you out your house for just sitting for a second, taking a deep breath and being. So that's what I'm going to say about that. And we're going to do the other side. I'm going to read it. I completely trust the intelligence within me to guide me to the right path. The universe supports me in every position, in every positive way. Okay, let me like what I think about this card. I moved my little camera here. What do I think about? So this ties into the other side. Because completely is wholeheartedly, with all your being, everything you got. Trusting in the intelligence, that's a big word, within you. That doesn't say degree. That doesn't say, that doesn't get, it's just pretty much like the knowledge that you already have, the scope that you already have. Start with that. Trusting, you know what trusting means. Within me, again, not a guru, not a friend, not your boo, not your mother, not your grandmother. Within you to guide you to the right path. That's to guide you. Guiding is like, okay, you know, this little gentle, like, okay, go this way, go that way, go that. The right path. And the universe supports me in every positive way. But this too is just like, it sounds simple, but it takes a lot for people to trust what they think they don't know. Does that make sense? What they think to trust. Hold on, y'all. To trust what they think. Yes, to trust what they think they don't know. And, you know, guide me. That isn't, you know, create. That isn't, you know, to struggle, suffer, sacrifice. The guide, that means it's already there. Guiding me something to the right path. You know, that tells me like, you know, It's already kind of in your destiny. And destiny is a big word. Fate is a big word. I don't know if I touched on that. I might have tried to, and I didn't upload that video. But, those are things that are like it's already there somehow. But guide me to the right path. There's always going to be a right path. But will you allow yourself to even get to that point? Do you trust that is there for you? Because some people believe that, their destiny and their fate and, things and timing and all this stuff is going to like fall from the sky, but it's in you, but you have to trust it and you have to allow it. But I think sometimes it's easy to be like, no, I'm looking outside of myself. I'm waiting for all these other external things to create this path for me. But it says within me. So that one's deep. That one's deep. I like that one. Let's do one more. What was this one saying? I release all blame and turn within to seek the truth. And I had just talked about external things. I release all blame. Dun, dun, dun. That means your baby daddy. That means the government, the president. That means the IRS. That means your employer. That means that friend that's been toxic for years and you knew it and you didn't cut it off soon enough. That means your child that threw that tantrum this morning and jerked your nerves to no end. That means, the time that you shoulda, woulda, coulda. That means, your mama, your daddy. We could go on and on and on. Releasing. Oof. And then again, here we go back to yourself within. Seek the truth. What is your truth? What do you know about yourself? What do you know about that whole situation? What do you really know about what your role was? What do you really know about now moving forward? What do you really want? And where are you going? And what are you going to do to prevent whatever circumstance, whatever lesson, whatever thing that you experienced? And no, I'm not talking about, sometimes people try to turn on women and be like, well, what was she wearing? And, what did she say? And what did she do? Those things are very hurtful and those things are very presumptuous. But, beyond that, sometimes the truth is a very hard pill to swallow. But within the truth, you will be set free, because then you'll really be able to recognize and identify like, okay, yeah, I did that. I allowed that. I played into that. I did all these things. And so now moving forward, now that I know I can't repeat that, I will not repeat it. I see it from a mile away. Drop the card. I was done. But I talk a lot about single motherhood. Let's use the people that we have procreated with. That's a tough one because, they walk away, they disappoint, they don't help take care of them. They don't keep their word. They disappoint the babies. They get on our nerves. They think we want to get back with them. They try to play these back and forth games. They try to, make us jealous with these new girlfriends. They get remarried. They do all these things. They had cheated. They had another baby. On and on and on and on and on. But at some point, we saw the red flags. At some point, we saw the writing on the wall. At some point, we said, I think I should be done. Whether before or after the baby. But, we could have stayed a second too long, a week too long, a month too long. You got to just at least recognize, you can't change that. You can't keep talking about him. You can't keep like, well, he could have, he should have, blah, 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 blah. Let's talk about you. That is your power. That is your strength. That is your okay, all right, I'm done with it. Now, this is me and me. I can only be responsible for myself. I can only hold myself accountable, and I can only use that to better, propel me to the next guy to come around. I ain't gonna get caught up. if I want to have a baby, I'm going to make sure that I have whatever, or I'm going to tie my tubes, or I'm going to get on birth control, or we're not going to have sex at all. Whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? Until you know, until you're ready, until you have, fact check, background check, searched your heart. Are you mentally, emotionally, spiritually ready to move on? Sometimes we need to be single. Sometimes it's okay to be single. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. But I use it as an example because, you can waste so much life force, so much energy, so much time. And time is your most valuable thing. Peace is your most valuable thing, So that's what I wanted to share. I really like those cards that I pulled. I'm sure these are available on Amazon. I think I got these from Barnes and Noble or somewhere. But, if you don't know how to write your own, or if you don't really care for the whole YouTube, what you barking at? If you don't care for the whole YouTubes, buy something like this and read them to yourself. Analyze them, study them. Put them on your fridge, put them in your car, put it in your purse. I said this before, because you've got to start telling yourself a new truth. You've got to start telling yourself the good that is possible so that you can start working toward that and you can start believing it. And, it's not about being delusional, and it's kind of like playing off that fake it till you make it. But what you've been thinking and what you've been mulling over, what you've been obsessing over, what you've been telling yourself has not worked so far. It hasn't been positive. It hasn't been uplifting. It hasn't been with you in your corner. It's been, damn, I fucked up. Damn, like, I can't believe I made this mistake. Damn, if I had my 20s back. Damn, if I had gotten that degree. Damn, if I had, you know what I mean? Like, that's we're letting that go. It's 2023. So it's never too late to get something, whatever you need it to be, to start reprogramming your subconscious, and then start believing on that, and then start thinking on that, and then start moving in this type of energy so that you can change from the inside out. It's not rocket science. It sounds all, but I'm glad to see that more and more people are bringing it to the limelight, and it isn't all philosophical. It isn't just like for people that hike up in mountains and have Buddha beads and meditate and do yoga and eat salads all day. Like, it's like a science, you know what I mean? And people that are in every circle, every industry, mindset gurus and entrepreneurs and multimillionaires and these coaches and these big people, they're talking about your mindset and what you tell yourself and what you believe. It's real. You know what I mean? So this is just on a smaller scale. We're not even talking about, manifesting all this other extra stuff. We're just trying to get you to love who you are and forgive yourself for what is over and done with, so we can build off that. So I hope this video was encouraging you. I love making these videos and talking about self-love and self-care, because I was that chick. I was her that, made all the mistakes, even though we know mistakes are beautiful, and I learned a lot. Everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. I had my hot girl summer days. I had my, doormat days. I did it all. And one day, right before not one day, but in a season of my life, I was like creeping up on 30, and I was like, oh, hell no. I can't keep living like this, because I'm only going to get more of the same. So I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I was sick and tired of the repeat. So I started changing myself. And before I saw the evidence, before my skin cleared up, before my bags under my eyes went away, and not just from a night of partying, I mean the stress and the worry and the shame and all the things that I was dealing with emotionally, before my money started looking up, before I was living better, feeling better, I had to think better. And so you can do it. It takes time. It takes consistency, but you have the power, and it all just starts with a thought. So good luck to you. Thank you for watching. Until the next one. Peace. Bye.